Hello children, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn EVS 1, Chapter 24, Are We Endangering Our Environment? Part 2. In Part 1, we have already learned the progress made by human beings in various fields. We have also learned about the growth in population. Today, we are going to learn about the groundwater. The groundwater is drying up. You know, children, it is a major problem nowadays facing by human being. Water is an important need of all living things. We use water for keeping ourselves and our house clean, for cooking, farming, industry, and construction. As the rainy season ends, the water in rivers decreases. Water in levels too reaches. Their water barely lasts up to the month of March the following year. Later in summer, many villages faces a serious scarcity of water. Do you know, people settle only where water is available from one source or the other. Dams and hand pump. These are the sources of water. The population keeps growing. The rainfall, however, remains the same, so there is a shortage of water. Much of rainwater flows away unused, so we began to build dams to store rainwater and use it later. Some people began to use bore wells rather than draw wells and to use hand pumps to lift water. Then pumps that worked mechanically on diesel or electricity were invented. Now the use of such pumps has become widespread. Population has so greatly increased that now every summer we face severe water scarcity. Another problem that population growth caused was that of availability of food. The food produced in the country began to fall short of the needs of the growing population. So, our scientists developed improved methods of farming. Previously, farmer would grow only one crop in the year. Now they can take two or even three crops every year. As a result, food production increased, but so did the demand for water for agriculture had also increased. Use your brain power, children. Previously, water was needed for farming only during the rainy season. Now it is needed for 8 months in the year, where three crops are taken. It is required all year round. It only rains during the rainy season. Then, from where do we get the water for farming and for all our needs? Just use your brain. We experience a scarcity of water soon after the rains. Then, from where do we get water for the fields in the summer and the winter? Rainwater that has seeped into the soil can be used in this situation. Water found in wells and bore wells is nothing but rainwater that has seeped into the ground. Let us learn about some traditional methods of drawing water from wells. In the Konkan region, there are groves of coconut, betel nut, and bananas. They are watered using the water wheel to lift water from the wells. A horizontal beam is placed over the mouth of the well. It supports a large wooden wheel which turns around. This wheel is called the rahat. Several pots, ghatke, are fixed on the wheel. When the wheel turns, the chain of the pots turn with it. One by one, they dip into the water in the well and get filled as they come up. As the wheel turns, each pot turns over and water gets poured into a canal. From there, it is taken to the grooves. The water wheel is turned with the help of a bullock or a male buffalo. Such water wheels or Rahat Gadge are still in use in some places in the Konkan region. Rahat Gadge moat. In other parts of Maharashtra, a moat was in use for lifting well water. A moat is a large leather bag. It is lowered into the water at the end of a rope. When it is full, it is lifted out of the village. The water is used for the fields. Bullocks move to and fro on a ramp to help lower the bag and lift it. The moat is used in very few places now. Nowadays, fields are watered using diesels or electric pumps. These mechanical pumps can lift many times more water than the moths ever could. Besides, because more than one crop is taken every year, the pumps are used to lift water even after the rainy season. As a result, the water stored underground is getting used up rapidly. So, aren't we endangering our environment by using and reusing the natural things from our surrounding? Children, what we have learned today? Vehicles like motor cars, buses, and scooters that run on mineral oil were invented. So too were railway trains. It made traveling easier. We build dams, roads, and railways. We set up factories and build houses. We release wastewater from factories into rivers. This causes harm to the environment as well as to the living things in it. As the population keeps growing, the demand for things we get from the environment also grows in leaps and bounds. Cities become crowded as people left their village in search for work. Trees were cut down to build new houses. The number of vehicles increased. Their smoke began to cause breathing disorders. As trees are felled, birds do not find nesting places. There is smoke too. As a result, the number of birds, butterflies, and other insects in cities are falling. The greater the population, the greater is the demand for food grain. Farmers now take multiple crops. The demand for water too increases. Previously in Konkan, the water wheel was used to draw well water, while the moat was used elsewhere in Maharashtra. Now pumps are used for the purpose in most places. So groundwater gets used up rapidly. I hope you have understood this lesson well. Always remember, while taking things we need from the environment, we must take care not to harm the environment. Thanks for watching.